Josephite, sure. Yeah. Off the chart. No, you go out there, you know, mastermind, in it. Sure. That's the rare dose. St. Vincent Ferrer was known as a miracle worker, and also he was kind of like, if there had been stadiums, he was the Catholic Billy Graham of his day. Oh, a little louder, okay. So we're saying how Vincent Ferrer was the Catholic Billy Graham of his day. Had there been stadiums, he would have filled them back then. So he traveled all throughout Europe. He was followed by like 30, 40 other friars to assist in the ministry. The sick would come to him. He'd have built into his daily schedule a time to perform miracles. He was also a great preacher. Mystically, people could hear in their native tongue when they would listen to him, no matter where he was. And so we dedicated this church after him for our preaching.
And did you say something about the church being Irish?
Oh yeah, so it was the Irish, really from 3rd Avenue to the river, who gave their nickels and dimes, and their names are on the walls and stuff, who built this place. So the faith. At one point in 1918, the New York Times said we were the largest parish in the United States with 10,000 families. Yeah, so now I think the largest parish in the United States is in North Carolina, because the church is growing in the South, believe it or not. People still believe in God down there. And somewhere in the Carolinas, I think it's maybe 5,000 or 6,000 families. So Catholic? Catholic, yeah. So the Catholic Church is growing down there. But
Texas also.
Texas, yeah, that's right, absolutely. So
could you explain the icon in the middle of
Sure,
Father,
yeah,
of the origin of the Dominicans who were with him?
Sure. So that would have been in, again, his name is Vincent Ferrer, the patron of the church. He was from Valencia in Spain. He was a philosophy professor, and then he was a formator of younger friars. But around his 51st birthday, he got the call to go out by God, kind of in a vision or a dream or something, to go out and preach to all the corners of Europe. And he really made it all on foot. And so the iconography has him preaching in the middle, followed by a band of friars behind him.
That's it.
And then in the way back top of the triptych, we'd call that, because it's in 3, is a mini rendering of this church, way back up top.
Now that church would have been located where?
It's here. Like, I mean, that's a
a depiction of what they did here.
Exactly.
In his memory.
So yeah, so our church has been immortalized on that canvas up there. Then to the left and to the right are the sick and the poor, bringing him their
needs.
People, yeah.
Their needs.
So now that we've merged with the parish of St. Catherine of Siena,
right.
In 2015, it was 2 parishes. Now we're 1 parish, 2 churches. But we're kind of going back to the way we began. 1897 is when St. Catherine's was built, because there were so many Irish immigrants and there were a number of Italian immigrants over there too. We decided to build a mission chapel over on 68th and York over there. And then that turned into its own parish for over 100 years.
And Mr. McPartland was there yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So you saw that.
St. Catherine de Siena. And this
icon. No, that's right. No. The icon we put in for the 150th anniversary and the merger of the 2 parishes. Here, we can walk over to that. So that being said, Catherine had a devotion to the sick. Vincent Ferrer had a devotion to preaching and the sick, and Catherine too, because she restored the papacy to Rome. That's alabaster, by the way. Yeah. So it's very fitting that we preach here and take care of the sick. I think it's a great combo. I'll just point out something on this. So this iconographer, she's from Long Island, and Father Walter Wagner, the current pastor of the parish, to honor the 150th anniversary of the Dominican friars starting in the Archdiocese of New York, and the merger of the 2 parishes, and the 100th anniversary of this church. We're currently in the church's Jubilee year. He had, Catherine and Vincent painted together.
That's wonderful.
It says here, the Holy Preaching in New York City, beginning in 1867. And he used, "You are the salt of the earth, you are the light of the world." And then they're both depicted with their like a lily and a trumpet for preaching. Yeah. So they're good patrons to have, and I think we are undergoing a little bit of a New York renewal. We're getting newer friars. Now this chapel is called St. Dominic's Chapel. It's where the friars pray. We, like monks, we observe certain things from the monastic life, eating together, holding all our goods together, our vow of obedience to a community superior, and then chanting together like the monks do. Now this chapel is based off an English chapel, so when you go inside, the walls are whitewashed, and it has a very English kind of feel to it. And then there's a stained glass, as you can see, of St. Dominic and Dominican saints receiving the rosary from Our Lady. So we're in here in the mornings and we're in here in the nights for morning prayer and evening prayer. And then during the summer, since we have more friars here, brothers are with us during the summer, we'll chant Compline in here, which is the night prayer. We chant that normally in the house chapel, but we'll come in here because we need more space. Also, too, very interestingly, on the tile, the 3 theological virtues are memorialized in the tile in Latin: faith, hope, and love. And then I guess it would be faith is fides, hope would be spes, spe, and then caritas, charity, you know. And then in between the 3, the 4 cardinal virtues of prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. So you have the 7 virtues, and I believe it starts with fortitude on the way out as the friar walks, and prudence on the way back in. So it's kind of interesting just to look down. And this this was built specifically with the architects, with the Dominicans. I can honestly tell you, for the 10, 12 years I've been coming in here, every week I see something new. I see something I didn't see before, yeah. And I notice something different. It's really, it has that much detail